Hello friends, I am Vanshika Sharma and you are watching the Gen Z Reporter. Today's story is not just about Nepal. This is the story of fear that has spread among India's Godi media. On one side, Nepal's youth not only targeted corrupt leaders but also burned down Godi media offices. On the other side, in India, Prime Minister Modi went to Manipur, made children stand in the rain, and conducted a roadshow from inside his car. Is this what the 21st century democracy looks like? Media trembling with fear and leaders busy with photo sessions? Stay tuned because today we will understand how Nepal's fire has terrified India's media and what the real face of power's staged show is. Friends, what happened in Nepal has disrupted the sleep of India's media. Why? Because Nepal's youth did not spare just corrupt leaders but also burned down Godi media offices. Journalists like Smita Prakash are no longer journalists. They have become social media influencers. And hearing Nepal's news has worsened their conditions. Smita ji is saying, how can a government change from street protest? Madam, in a movement where 20 people died and the Prime Minister resigned, in the same country, 700 farmers died, but the government did not even blink, let alone resign. Smita ji's biggest fear is why Nepali youth burned media houses. Brother, those who are the biggest enemies of freedom of expression are now talking about freedom of expression. They strangled expression at Shaheen Bagh, called farmers Khalistanis and terrorists. Now they are talking about free speech. Now let's talk about the other side of the story. Prime Minister Modi finally reached Manipur after 2 years. But friends, the roadshow he conducted will always be remembered. It was raining, so they could not go by helicopter. They went by car. Now, should we say thank you for this? Brother, this is a normal thing. But look at the roadshow. Children were made to stand in the rain. Modi ji remained seated inside his car. The door was open, but he did not come out due to security reasons. What kind of roadshow is this, brother? Where the leader sits inside his car and the public stands outside? It would have been better if there was no roadshow at all. Who gave Modi ji this idea that he has to do roadshows everywhere? Goes to Gujarat, does a roadshow. Goes to Madhya Pradesh, does a roadshow. Goes to Odisha, does a roadshow. Goes to his own parliamentary constituency and still does a road show. Brother, when a son comes home, do the family members beat drums? Now see the media's double standards. When one hotel was burned in Nepal, Smita Prakash worried that 50 people became unemployed. Madam, there are crores of unemployed in India, but you don't worry about them. You are worried about 50 people's unemployment. What kind of concern is this? That didn't happen for millions of unemployed, but is happening for 50 people. DD News is sharing photos of Modi's car, telling how the Prime Minister reached even in the rain. Brother, what the big deal is this? The question that should be asked to the Prime Minister is why it took 2 years to come to Manipur, but the media is clapping, saying what amazing work has been done. It's important to understand the anger of Nepal's youth. 40% of the population is young, but the government has no employment to offer. Politicians and their relatives' home are running on tax money. This is also India's situation. Crores of unemployed but leaders' children sit in big positions without even qualifications. When someone has the habit of monarchy, how will they listen to the people? How can they tolerate criticism? Nepal's KP Sharma Oli government shut down all social media platforms. We will shut it down. We won't listen to their voices at all. How will these people protest? The situation in India is quite similar. What happened to Modi before coming to Manipur? Posters were torn, barricading was burned. People protested, saying we don't want to welcome Modi. Traditional dancers refused to perform for Modi's welcome. They said our eyes have tears. Our eyes and our tears have not dried yet. We cannot perform. 43 BJP leaders gave mass resignations and left the party. All this happened before Modi's arrival. But instead of showing all this, the media is sharing car photos. What is media's responsibility? To do government PR or to tell the truth to people? When opposition is in power, breaking news runs on every flood. Where is the chief minister? Campaigns are run. When BJP is in power, the same floods came, but with minimum coverage. Prime Minister is busy with important work excuse. If media fulfills its responsibility, shows the truth about unemployment, corruption, nepotism, and then the anger in the youth can go in a constructive direction. See the difference between Nepal and Indian media. At least some coverage was given in Nepal, but there is complete silence on real youth issues in India. Nepal's journalist Tripathi ji comes on Indian channels and says that one reason for Nepal's crisis is promoting one particular caste and ignoring others. Hearing this, people of one caste in India also got scared. So, casteism is such a big issue that people can revolt over this. Those who are so angry with their own country's Godi media that they are burning news channels, will they garland other countries' Godis? No, right? Friends, only one type of people are not jumping around on social media. There are others too who are dreaming of overthrowing and killing the ministers. Thank God India's constitution is strong. The government has nothing to do with it. Rather, these people are engaged in weakening it a little bit. Some socialist leaders are posting violence videos and writing that the burning Nepali parliament 75-year-old dictator does not want to leave the power. Then retweeting themselves, writing remove 75-year-old Modi, save Hindustan, Vande Mataram. The first tweet was not clear, so they gave name, age, village and address about telling to whom they are talking about. In Nepal, from new to old to future leaders, everyone's Lanka is burning. So be careful about what you wish for. No leader of any party should pray for political unrest in the country. On one side is Rahul Gandhi, who says have ideological differences but don't hate anyone. But some Rahul supporters are celebrating hatred. Friends, the Prime Minister's position has great power. If the Prime Minister goes somewhere, no matter how much violence is happening there, violence cannot happen after that. The Prime Minister's visit itself is a clear message that violence is now over. If the Prime Minister had gone much earlier, 2 years ago, perhaps by now the situation in Manipur would have been completely normalized. But even before Prime Minister Modi's visit, we have seen many pictures. Posters were torn, barricading was burned, people protested vigorously. Now, let's understand why the media is scared. Nepal's youth showed that when public anger erupts, not just leaders but also their sycophants also come under the target. Godi media knows it's not a watchdog but a lapdog. The public has understood that they flatter the government. They hide unemployment news, turn a blind eye to corruption, defame peaceful demonstrations. When such media was burned in Nepal, India's Godi media's throat dried up. They thought the same might happen in India as well. Today's public is not a fool, especially Gen Z. They have understood which media shows the truth and which serves lies. In the social media age, hiding truth has become difficult. That's why governments try to ban social media. In Nepal, when the government tried to ban social media, the youth showed that the voices cannot be suppressed. Friends, India's lesson from Nepal is this. If you suppress people's voices, it will come out louder. If you make media your sycophant, people will understand it's not credible. If you ignore youth problems, they will come out on the streets to start the protests. Keep questioning the government, keep struggling, keep revolting and also keep struggling to save the constitution. But don't take the path of violence. Present your point through democratic means. Pain also has limits. Anger also has a time. If someone has anger inside, it should be addressed as soon as possible. Until we address the other person's anger will keep growing and one day it will explode. If you like this analysis, please like, share, subscribe and tell in the comments. Should India's media fear Nepal and should the government listen to the youth voices? Goodbye from the Gen Z Reporter. Keep questioning power, keep awakening media until you get your answers.